Okay, so let's now go over the setup inside of Shopify on how we have to do this. And so the first thing I want to cover is the different images we're going to be using for the product. So what I mean by that is I want to have three different images, well, two different images. We have this one right here. If I zoom in, we have this one is the original one. This is one that I found kind of using the method of custom content. I found this one and this is a really good image and it looks a little bit different, but obviously it's the same product. And then another image I like to use is, I wish there was a box or like packaging in the background of this. You want to use an all white image and have some kind of, like this needs to be edited. Honestly, like this image is good, but it's good enough for this example. But I would have like some kind of box and it shows like the charger or batteries or whatever the heck this thing comes with. That's what I would have in this photo. But regardless, my point is that you want to have three images. Okay, that's check mark number one. And then number two is that we're going to be covering the different URL and then the different SKU. So what do I mean by that? Well, actually, if we go into, let's just go into this one. So if we go into here, we can scroll down and there's a SKU somewhere. Yeah, right here. So SKU stock keeping unit. So we need to have this fish finder red. Literally, you can have it just be a little bit different as two. We need to have a different SKU. That's going to help. Just trust me on this one. And if I'm actually to explain why, so that way you guys know, the reason why is because the truth is Google doesn't really like things like this unless it's a different product. And so a different product means different SKU, different image, different URL, and if we want to be extra safe, different pricing. And what the pricing we can show is like kind of what we saw in the other example where the guys were showing like bundles and all that. We can do that on the safe side and show different pricing, which is actually what I do. On some of them I do it because you really don't want to like get into murky waters. And if you do this, then you're not touching murky waters at all because it is a different price product, different SKU, different image. It just is, that's it. And so let's quickly just go over SKU again. So I changed the SKU on this one, right? And so then I would go and I would change it on the other two to where it's gonna be different than this, right? Very simple. And so the next thing is actually assigning the pages specifically in gem pages. So after we have the different images, I'm gonna go over the URL and gem pages together. So if we're in gem pages, remember how we can go under product pages, we have product templates, and then we click over here to assignments. So once we have that, you'll notice that we have kind of all these products. These are our products. And so we can actually assign different pages to these products individually. And how do we do that? Well, if we actually go into product templates, all we have to do is, like I showed you guys before, is when we're going into this page, we just need to save this as a template, right? So we'll go into here, we'll save this as a template once this loads. So what we'd click on is export, and then we would save this template. We would literally say sales page one, which we already created as a template in one of the other videos. And then we would go and we would create another page as a product page. So we would go and we'd create a new product page, blank page, right? And we could put sales page 2. And so now we're creating a new page and our URL is going to change as long as we actually, when we save this, we put this as something else. So we could literally put fish finder for men offer limited time 2. Like literally it could be a nice long URL, and then your other URL when you save for a different page can be offer limited time sale 3 fish finder. Like it literally just needs to be different. I hope that makes sense. And so once we input our template, right, so we can go back to our library, we have all of our templates here, or actually in my library, we have all of our templates here. We can insert it, and boom, we already have a new page created easily. Boom. And then we would obviously click publish, publish now, and then we would apply that to apply to the products, right? So I don't want to waste too much time on it because it's pretty simple. and you just assign different pages. So that's like the check mark number one to kind of not set off any red flags. And so let me make sure we went over SKUs, yes. Assign gem pages specifically, yes. If we want to be extra safe, we can even do pricing. So what do I mean by being extra safe? Well, actually, if we go into products and we go into, let's just say 2 fish finders, we can set our pricing now, which is actually already set, which is cool. We'll set it to $199, but in the title, when we're adjusting our titles, which I'll be going over soon, we're gonna put set of 2, right? Set of 2 in there so people know, oh, this is for 2. Now, the rules of this is actually pretty simple, super easy, but now what I wanna go over is the protocol. So let me go over that in the very next video.